My name is Cynthia Novak, coming to you from my front yard garden in Arlington, Texas. This is The Planets in You. In these videos, I use the position of the planets as I know them in Vedic astrology and talk about their influences, how each of us may experience the planets in September, how they can move through us and allow us to be, in a sense, more aware of the energies above. As they say, as above, below, or the other side is the word catastrophe simply comes from to turn away from the stars. Well, this is not about catastrophe. This is more about allowing it to move through us rather than happen to us. All summer we've been talking about Mars. Mars, the planet of war, Mars, the planet of action. And Mars, as of September 5th, moves into one of his favorite constellations, and that would be Scorpio. Mars is strong, he's clear, he's focused. Up until this time, Mars has been struggling with Saturn. But now we have Saturn, the wisdom within us, that gives us insight, gives us guidance, gives us awareness. And Mars pulling away, Mars coming into his own passion. What moves you? What motivates you? What allows you to make a plan for the future? So the funny thing about Mars and Saturn, how do you know you're having a stressful Mars transit? You're grumpy in line at the grocery store. How do you know? You're impatient. How do you know that Saturn and Mars are struggling? You may have a body part that hurts and you try to ignore it. Mars is the inflammation. Mars is the indigestion. And Saturn is the reality that your body needs time to heal. As these two pull away, it's not that Mars fights Saturn, it's that they stop fighting. In many respects, they come together. In August, we've seen demonstrations on the streets, but we've also seen the part of us that really is upset with someone else. We see our own prejudices and our own thoughts come forward, and they are being challenged as we move through September. In August, we could just be mad and know that we were right. Doggone it, if only that clerk would have just done this, or if that woman had packed her groceries differently, this would all be easy. If I could rule the world would be a better place. But in September, as they pull apart, the gray area becomes stronger, and we stop and really look at things from a different perspective rather than the one that we thought we were certain was true. Does that mean that we're all wrong? Yeah. Does that mean that the other guy's probably at least somewhat right? Yeah. And September brings that forward. The strongest and happiest planet this month is Jupiter. Jupiter's the guru, the teacher, the trainer, the storyteller. He's the actor, he's the politician. We know we have a midterm election coming up in November, and isn't it interesting, talk about my own prejudices, that Jupiter sits in the lunar mansion called the Two-Faced Man. Well, it's also a lunar mansion that deals with mystical awakening and understanding archetypes and symbols. But for all of us, we will see both sides of ourselves, and we will watch the news and watch TV as people take one side and then shift the other. That'll be very much a part of politics this month. And it will be very much a part of us. Mercury is the mental planet, clear, decisive thoughts and actions. We are absolutely certain that we have it all figured out until we get to the end of the month and we look back and say, oh my gosh, I really did judge them wrongly. Oh my gosh, even me with my big heart could have been that wrong. Part of the process of the month of September is to realize that strong planets are not necessarily angry planets. They're strong. Imagine Mars as the strong leader, one that you would want to follow into battle because you know that that person has your back. As we leave August and move through September, that's one of the things that we begin to see, how we've maybe not noticed who had our back. We were so sure that we were alone, fighting our own inner battles, that we missed the fact that there was someone standing there with us. I encourage you to stop, to look around, to take this in as part of you, and to realize that an apology may be necessary. But the biggest challenge, of course, is to accept the fact that there really are people looking at us when we feel very much alone. Another big, powerful transit for this month is the planet Neptune, the dreamer, the soulful planet, the metaphysical planet. In the beginning of September, Neptune was making a wonderful aspect to Venus, the planet of love. If you feel like you are suspicious of your lover, or if you feel like the grass is greener on the other side, notice that even this experience of dissatisfaction is useful to take you to another level of soulful connection. And some people believe that you can be happy in almost any relationship if your center is right. But it's also true that you can be dissatisfied with the most loving person if you are out of balance. And this month, we learned that we are all two-faced in some level. We take that and we go deep into our own battles and find the courage to stand up and do what truly is right action for us. We find our wisdom that we have spent 2.5 years learning. As Saturn prepares to leave this place at the end of October, it's important that we spend at least the next 2 months noting what we have learned, and yes, accepting the fact that even we could be wrong. And if you take nothing else from this, turn around, notice who and what you are grateful for, and tell them. Because no matter how alone any of us may feel, no matter how difficult your job or how crazy your boss has been, even they have had these stressful transits in August, that you are truly not alone. And with the beauty of Neptune and Venus as we begin September and move forward, your connection can be some of the clearest, strongest, most powerful and compassionate energy ever. But first, you have to stop fighting against yourself. Thank you very much. I hope you will schedule your session and learn how the planets are working in your chart and for you. This is Cynthia Novak. Take care.